Hello everybody, I'm Fabien and welcome back to the channel. This week will be the third and final part of my Suzuki Van Scotland trip. Before we start, please give this video a quick thumbs up, and if you've not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, you can always change your mind later. Thank you very much, and let's get into it. If you've not seen part 1 and 2 yet, I'll put a link down in the description, but I'll give you a quick recap. We picked up a van, put all the motorbikes in the back of a van, drove it all the way to Inverness in Scotland, and then we made our way up the north coast, down the west coast a little bit, back to Inverness, down along the south coast of Loch Ness to Fort William, where we stayed a couple of nights, and then finally found ourselves at a friend's house at Loch Lomond. Day 7. So after spending a wonderful night at my friend's house at Loch Long, it was an empty house, so we just had it to ourselves, slept really well, had a fantastic breakfast there. We decided to hop back on the bikes that day for what would be our final full day. So we started heading west again, and we decided we want to catch the ferry over to the Isle of Bute. On the way there we managed to find some lovely little tracks really. They were not quite off-road, but they definitely weren't paved, and on the Suzuki van with those big chunky tyres it was actually quite good fun. A bit drizzly, but you know, we were prepared and it was just brilliant. And once we got down over towards the Isle of Bute, that's where we caught the ferry. We noticed there was this really strange sign, you'll see it here, saying it has been 4 days since any reportable incident has happened, which we thought was hilarious. We know it was an accident. You know, it's been longer than that, I'm sure, but well done lads, 4 days. 4 days. But getting on the ferry was really good fun. It was, I think it cost a couple of quid per bike. I always find getting on a ferry on a motorcycle is always such a fun experience. It feels like such an adventure. You're all on there, you do that whole process of strapping down the bike. It was brilliant. And once we're off the ferry, we just moseyed around the Isle of Bute just a little bit. There's not a great deal there. In hindsight, maybe we would love to get over to the Isle of Arran, but that's for another time. It will always be there. But it's a fun place, a few good riding roads, and we had a bit of time to stop off and go down to the beach, see a couple of seals, skip a couple of stones. It was a really lovely place to be. By the end of that day on the Isle of Bute, of which we had a great time, we decided we want to get back to the mainland because we had to pick up the van the next day in Glasgow. So we went back to the town of Rothesay and picked up another ferry. This was a much bigger ferry. It was the trip was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But once again, like I said, getting onto a ferry, especially twice in one day with a motorcycle, is really good fun. So the boat came into a town called Skelmorley. We then decided we want to spend the night camping for the final time on that trip next to Loch Tom, which is in Clyde-Mershall Regional Park. Here we camped right on a dam, right next to Loch Tom. Got a fire going on the beach, set up our tents, cooked a load of burgers, had a few beers, and really enjoyed our final night. I'll leave you with a little bit of footage of where we slept. It was a great place to culminate the trip, and I really can't wait to get back to Scotland and do a similar type of thing. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe, please give this a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.